Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Mr. O.
and Ms. B. Miss Banshee. So, hey, guess what?
What?
It's almost time for my birthday. It's actually 9 days away now. 9 being my lucky number. I'm wearing my lucky shirt today.
I'm speechless.
It'll all be over soon, Mr. O. It'll all be over soon.
I didn't say anything.
Well, you know, it was really funny. I thought I'd throw this out there. There was somebody on my Twitter thread who was talking about the last decan of Aries, you know, and calling it the celebration season, and that the card of the season, this last decan, which I'm born on the last day of, literally, is celebration, the Four of Wands. And that happens to be something we dubbed our unofficial party card. Yeah. And now it all makes sense.
You know, I've always wanted to ask you this because, let's face it, I've known you for 46 some years. And it seems to me like as long as I've known you, you've always did the month-long celebration of your birthday.
No. It was week-long. It really was. For a period of time. It may seem like it was longer, I understand. But it started to gradually get a little longer the older I got. And then I realized, oh, hell, I love Aries season, you know. Let's face it, that's when I really feel energized. And I think part of it was with some of our magical work when we used to do spring equinox public rituals, when we would facilitate them. I'm so into, I usually created those events and love that. So it's just Aries season, and I'm all in.
All right.
So good to see you, Apple and Eve. We missed you too. We really have. We're trying so hard to finally get back out in the YouTube verse and catch up with everybody.
It's not easy, but I'm sure you know that yourself.
Yeah. So we understand. No worries there. And good to see you, Anthony. Hope things are going well with you. And thank you, Violet, of course, as always. Lena, hello. Today. Libra, hello. I'm sure more people will be popping in as we go, because it is Sunday. Shall we start with the card for the collective? Yes, we shall.
All right.
Well, I'm going to use one of my early birthday gifts to myself that I just got recently. It is called the Oracle of Roses. And it's just such a beautiful deck, really. It is. So we're going to try one of these for the collective.
It doesn't want to stay there.
Yeah, we'll let that go. Hey, Kara, guess who's here? He didn't wait for you this time, Kara. But we made him right at home today. Look, he gets top billing.
My sonny.
This deck is just so vibrant and rich with the color of Aries. Red and pink. Just beautiful. I'm going to let you draw one, Mr. O.
Right.
And next time, I'll have one of my other decks. This will be available if somebody wants an oracle reading instead of a tarot. And also I have my Namaste cards that I got before too. All right, Mr. O.
All right.
What you got?
The Lover.
Wow.
24. The Bourbon Rose.
Wow.
Old garden rose, it says in tinier letters there.
Yes, there's just a lot of rose lore in this book, which is really fascinating as well. And it is a very archetypal type deck.
Hi, Angel.
As you'll see here. Hey, Angel Rivera, good to see you. So let's look. And this is really interesting. I'm going to give you guys a sneak preview of my Monday morning tea card on Twitter and Facebook tomorrow, just to let you know that says the Lover on it. And I'm just going to say that reading tomorrow is hot, hot, hot. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So the Bourbon Rose. The deepening of feelings and attachments are indicated, as well as the opportunity for freedom and adventure. To love is to become passionate about a person, goal, or entity. And when emotions are raised to the level of love, we can sometimes lose ourselves in the process. Love is indicated, but be wary that obsessions do not come into play. The lover appreciates beauty of life and of love. They dedicate themselves to following their emotions and prioritizing their feelings with a verve for adventure and daring. Often this gets them in trouble, but they usually bounce back. So there is also an ethnobiological archetype exploration, and it just says here, what do you love about yourself and how can you express this? So let's not forget, that this is the season of love, and of course it's great to give and receive it to others, but make sure you give a little to yourself as well.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for that. So I have my 3 decks here. I have the Nefertari.
Bourbon! Well, Kara, I can't help you there.
I'm thinking of what John Lennon once said. And that's the 4 of Pentacles. And then I have the Tarot of the Northern Shadows. And that's their Fool. Kind of Norse flavor there. And then I have my one of my favorite decks, the Secret Tarot. Must be because I'm a Scorpio.
It's a secret.
It's a secret, right. That's the back, and it's the King of Chalices, or also known as the King of Cups. Sunny Tale is with us. Yes, indeed.
Well, today I've kept it simple for the most part. There is a repeat deck in the batch, but I do have a card from my new Simplicity Tarot, which I will show the back of it too. The back has roses on it in these moons. I really love the back. And I got this roses deck too.
Hi,
so
Gina.
I'm wondering what is up with me and roses these days. Hey Gina, good to see you. So, and the Rose Oracle we just used, I bought first, and I didn't realize that this had him on the back. But anyway, this deck is by Emily Muniz, and it's got keywords on it, and it's basically a beginner's deck. But I really love the colors on it, and I think it'll be nice to use at some public events. It's a little cardboardy, though. Then I have my other simple tarot, which is the Essential Tarot. And
I like this one.
Just to
That's
get that
the
one
star.
right, the Essential Tarot is by Pablo Mont, M-O-N-T-T.
Hi, Victoria.
Hey, Victoria. And it is a simple deck as well, but very colorful. Nice use of color in this deck, so I'm using that one as well today. And get into the Easter egg spirit with these light colors. And then I'm using the Young Witch Tarot again. It's just your Rider-Waite symbology also, so it's simple in that regard.
That's the
And it's
Eight of
got
Swords.
poems on it, so it's very accessible for children.
Nice.
And finally, the last deck, I decided to pull out the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Decoratif, which I forgot the name a moment there. There's Le Judgment. Now, one could argue that this is not a simple deck, and one could argue that it is with just pips and things. But, simplicity means different things, I think, to different people. Someday I'm going to do an article about simple tarot decks. All right, let's move.
All right.
But wait a minute. I have to celebrate my birthday with one more thing.
Victoria's wishing you a happy month.
Ah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we could do a quickie. Let's do it, Violet, for Victoria. I'm eating a free trade cocoa truffle that a good friend of ours got us recently.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like them as much, so...
They're almost too sweet for me. I occasionally have problems with very rich things. It's probably because of my liver situation, which I don't want to go into right now, but I don't tolerate real rich foods very well. Not sometimes I do, but this one I'm like, too rich. And some man is sleeping right by the tripod.
Yeah, you'll be right behind Gina. We're going to get rolling right now.
All right.
I think I've said everything. We're using our Lenormand tiles by Jamie Sawyer. And that's about it.
That's right. No cutting, Victoria. Okay, let's roll then. So was Libra first, right?
Libra is up, and she wanted a general.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to use my Tarot of the Secrets for that.
It is a fun birthday season, and I had 6 of these truffles on here, one gone now, and so 6 and 5 are represented for me turning 65. Does that make sense?
Well, especially
So
because
6 and 5. I mean,
especially because you're accounting on the fact that I won't eat any.
No, you could have some. I don't really need all of those.
One of those would last me the afternoon. I could just nibble little bites of it.
Well, it's very mushy, so it'd get all... You'd probably just melt it.
But you know, I'm a guy, so I like being sort of slobby, right?
It is, well, birthday month. It went from birthday week to birthday 2 weeks, and then it went to birthday month, and then it finally went to Aries season. As you know, because as you get older, you need to celebrate these things more.
Look at that numerology that Apple just gave us.
Yes, I am well aware. It's my 2 year, and 11, which is awesome. Yes.
Yeah, I like the 11 number.
I'm ready for the year ahead. And so sunny, even though he doesn't look it. Oh, hey, did we forget something? As soon as we do Libra's reading, we'll do that. And then enough fun for the day. Hold on. Let's do that. All right, Libra. Let's see what the cards have for you next week.
What are we doing?
You'll see.
Oh, I will.
You will.
Okay.
Are you going to get the cards?
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to get the camera back.
Playing with that darn camera again? You like that tripod?
I kind of like it.
Okay.
I like it better when you don't talk about it.
It was a brilliant find by me, that's why. But anyway, go on. I digress.
All right, so Libra, your first card is Justice Reversed. Didn't we have this before for you?
I don't...
That seems familiar in a way.
Maybe.
Like maybe the other night, I don't remember. Then we have the party card, 4 Wands. It's reversed here.
That's okay.
Which is, of course, not a problem for TFT. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, and that one's upright. And I like the Secret Tarot because the tones are kind of fit in with my darker moods, but there's some vibrancy in there, and then some of the images are a little bit different, so they make me think a little bit.
Oh, Mama T's here. Hey, Mama T.
Hi, Mama T.
See ya.
Okay, so...
I get it.
Do you?
I think I've got this,
Go
Libra.
right ahead.
Well, I think here you have to work. I'm actually going to go in reverse here, I don't know why, but I feel like you have to work on, on continuing to build a foundation in your life for yourself, to make sure you're being treated fairly, equitably by others. You have to stand up for yourself and for justice and for principles. And I feel here, this is a time to work on making sure you stand up for what's right for you and what you deserve.
Well, I think the other idea behind 8 of Pentacles tells me that maybe there's something involved in you learning this process too, that maybe this is about you taking tips from others or doing your own kind of exploration into this matter on achieving balance or fairness as you create more structure for yourself. A lot of times the Four of Wands could be talking about those structures we're trying to create. I always feel reverse doesn't matter as much with this particular card.
It doesn't.
So I'm going to stick with that and just suggest that in this work you're doing, you may find you'll need to upgrade skills or learn some things maybe that will give you insights or just help you in this process.
Well, yeah, and the Four of Wands here, is also, well, actually, I know this was a weekly reading for you, not like a whole, this is what you must do going forward, but this is a week maybe where you start to take it more seriously and you think about whether it's learning or not, but you really start processing, how you are being treated by others. Are you being treated fairly? Are you truly getting, are you truly getting what you deserve in situations in your life right now? And this is the week to really kind of build on that feeling, The Four of Wands can be a party card, a celebration card. So you should celebrate the fact that now you are looking out for you and what you truly deserve and want in life. And so it's really time, to balance the scales away from, the concerns of others, I just feel when I see these cards together, and to make sure you're getting what you deserve.
I would also say, too, that the idea of learning is an arbitrary concept, that it could be formal, very informal. It could just be so arbitrary that it's just basically what you learn from when the butterfly crosses your path, as you ask us, things like that, when you learn things of that sort. And of course, 8 and 8.
Yep, that's
so
true.
I and 8, of course, is an eternity thing. So of course, this is really saying what Banshee might have been saying.
So that deck has Justice as 8.
It's really is kind of like an ongoing process. So here we go. Lenormand. I like cottage cheese, but not with beets, Mama T. I like it with tomatoes or maybe carrots or cucumbers. Beets are a little harsh for me. I'll tell you why later. Okay, I have pulled the Rider, and the Banshee has pulled the Book.
I really feel that, wow, this goes into something Mr. O said about learning, or maybe just, really intellectualizing this a bit, Libra. But I feel here that the Book and the Rider might indicate that you're going to find out exactly what moves you need to make now that are in your own best interests to put things in balance once more.
I have to agree with that too, and I like the sense of motion there, and sometimes I don't always say it, but I always do feel a little bit of a sense of motion with the Four of Wands, because it is kind of like maybe a spring, a breeze moving through, some sort of energy moving through in a way. Hi, Mohaha.
We'll get you on the list, Mohaha. Love reading? Okay.
Glad to have you join us today. So yes, pretty much, I think...
Seven Oceans.
Seven Oceans. Hey, how's it going?
Go on.
No, I pretty much concur with what you said. I think that, it more or less sounds to me like it's really ongoing. So this idea of learning what you need to do to solidify and seek fairness for yourself. So whether it really involves anything more formal as far as learning what you need to learn, it's hard to say. The book kind of threw it that way a little bit. I don't know.
Hey, that's what we have for you, Libra.
All right, Libra.
You made it in first. Good luck with that.
So I think it's Anthony.
I believe you are correct. Okay, Anthony, you are up.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, everybody. Look what I got. It's the TFT logo come to life, sort of. Oberon and the author of the book Fiber Magic, created some of these for us. There are 2 with moons like our logo and one with the TFT on it. And we're going to give one away. Don't you want your own TFT keepsake? So stay tuned. Contest details. It will be sometime in May that we'll be giving one of these adorable...
He wants one, doesn't he?
TFT dolls away.
Don't scratch it.
Oh, sherry vinegar and olive oil. They're adorable. She did a great job, but of course, she's a pro. I'm not sure I could really do this. And this crazy hair that she made. And of course, the tongue sticking out. She thought
Just
of
like our
everything
logo.
here.
It looks exactly like our logo. It's so adorable. And her name is Opal Luna. She wrote the book Fiber Magic, which you can find at llewellyn.com or also at fibermagic.com. And magic is spelled Magick. And
She's got a great Facebook group page.
she has a YouTube page where
yes.
she shows some of her crochet tips, and she actually has a video showing how she did the hair. You'll just
Sonny
have to look
wants
for it.
it.
I know, he really does. He really likes it. He's very excited. And sorry, Anthony, we kind of blew the water there.
Yeah, we got you, Anthony.
We're going now. Just had to show that.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We will be giving that away soon. So general reading for the week ahead. It's last week at your job before you go off to California. Well, it's
Wow,
got to be
how
a little
exciting.
bittersweet. I don't know how long you've been there, but I've been there before leaving a job. Let's use the new deck for this, or leaving for a new job. I've been there numerous times. Always by choice, except the one time I got laid off.
Good for you then, Anthony. That sounds really exciting. Yeah, I like my beets in vinegar more like the Greek style or Italian style, whatever it is.
I know they're healthy. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the beet.
Well, I'll give you the confession. You know, my mother's side, they're Lithuanians, and that's similar to Polish or that kind of part of Europe's food styling. So everyone liked borscht, which is a beet soup. It's kind of a creamy-based beet soup, and I'm almost gagging thinking about it. So that's where my aversion to beets began. But years later, I liked them in Greek salads, so that was different. Let me just focus.
Sonny's
for
upset
Anthony's
he didn't
question.
get to play with the TFT dolls.
I'm just focusing for Anthony. See the information you put there. All right. There you go.
14 years, yeah.
It's a long time. It's considerable.
All right, Anthony. Let's see what we've got. Wow. Well, we've got the Queen of Cups to start with. Intuitive and empathic are the key words on there. We've got the Ten of Coins reversed, wealth and family, unity. That's reversed. That's really interesting in this case in a way, Anthony. And then the Hermit, introspection and solitude, reversed. So, you know, this is so apropos in a way for your last week. I can clearly see it in these cards. The Queen of Cups, you know, it's going to be a little bit of emotion, a little bit of bittersweet, but you feel good about this, you know. It's not unhappy because you know some real exciting things await you. You feel emotionally fulfilled, you know, but you're intuitive. You might feel a little bit of, some emotional thing leaving your job. And I think right there, that Ten of Coins is about that. You know, it talks about family unity when it's upright, but there's some disunity going on right now. In other words, just that, you know, you're leaving now. You're leaving that tribe behind to move on to something bigger. You know, the Hermit reversed is kind of like going out into the world, you know, getting out of the cave and moving into something, you know, bigger.
Unless you say otherwise, I sort of feel that the Queen of Cups says that generally speaking, in your environment here, work, whatever it is, most people are okay, are happy for you. The tone is overall pleasant. You know, there may be a few outliers here or there. I agree with Banshee. I think the Ten of Cups just talks to the fact, Ten of Coins talks to the fact that you are sort of dissolving some amount of the foundation you have here, obviously, to do that. Maybe what the Hermit says too is that in a sense of your personality may change a little bit too as you go out there, because maybe you might decide to show a little bit more worldly side of yourself perhaps in some way.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to be more, you know, if you haven't been, maybe you are naturally extroverted, but if you haven't been, you know, it seems like you're going to be a lot more sociable. You're going to be out and about more, meeting new people, countering new situations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sharing what you know as well. This is a card too, this could be about on your new job as well, that you are sharing the wisdom and knowledge that you have acquired from your past experience. So all in all, that looks really, really good for you, Anthony. Okay. Wow. I don't know how this happens. Yeah, okay. It makes a lot of sense.
The fox and the cross. I didn't hold those up really well.
So, the cross can be a very challenging card, and sometimes the fox can too. But looking at what you're going through here, this in a way makes perfect sense to me, because the cross is about some sorrow, some stress, some emotionality, grief maybe even, with leaving some things behind. Whether it's co-workers, which often is indicated by, the fox card, could be people you have worked with, and vice versa. Either they're feeling it, you're feeling it. This could also indicate, maybe, some sorrow in relation to, leaving behind family.
That was an aborted attempt at me trying to keep him from jumping up here, and so he sort of actually bumped into my elbow and then flew past me.
There's just no stopping him. And I have a chair here. A chair here, Sonny. You could go up and down so easily. Anyway. All right, but that's what it's looking like. That's what we have for you. It looks pretty good to me. Hey, good luck with that. Good luck with the week ahead, and congratulations again. You're in a real exciting phase right now. Sunny is retrograde. Sunny is always retrograde. Good call,
I don't know
Victoria.
what to say. You're very welcome, and don't forget to check in. He likes to fly.
Yeah, he just wants to fly. That's all.
He's no butterfly or bumblebee. Right?
All right,
like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Is it Lena, right?
Yeah, she posted her question.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. Oh, so sorry to hear that, Lena. Austin! Austino!
Hi, Austino. Yeah, that'll be challenging a little bit, Anthony. But you know what? People on the other side of the world get up at 4 a.m. to watch us.
Hey, you can do this. Well, he's talking in general. He has to get used to the time change there.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Absolutely,
of course, yeah.
We weren't just thinking so you could watch us. But hey,
I was. I admit it, I was.
All right. All right, Lena has a serious question in your deck, Mr. O.
Okay.
So, I don't want to do that as a just up and up yes, no. Let's look at the cards.
How does the question go?
It's about her mom. Will her mom get well soon, as she's 6 cents a week for a week now?
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Lena. Yeah. You were. Thank you for validating me, Anthony.
Well, I just don't want this to get to his head.
Too late.
I know. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, it's rough getting sick when you get older. That's why I'm trying to protect my immunity as much as I can. It's tough, though.
So there's the 7 of Wands reversed.
Okay.
And then there's the Six of Coins reversed. And then the Knight of Swords upright.
Okay, I see some things here, Lena. The Seven of Wands reversed indicates to me that right now she's not in a healthy place right now. I mean, I feel that probably her illness has gotten her down, has dragged her kind of down. Usually that card shows somebody standing above everybody else and they've got the upper hand, the upper ground. Here, it's a struggle. I've sensed she is struggling a little bit with her health. The Six of Coins reversed, to me, could indicate... Okay, we didn't say why she was sick. I don't know if this has anything to do with blood flow or some kind of flow, like whether it's mucus in the lungs, congestion. It's just showing that there may be something blocked up here, I feel, that needs to be removed anyway, whatever the case may be, or cleared out. And I think ultimately that card there might indicate that things could turn out okay. She might find somebody who will be able to help her, give her some solid advice or some, a prescription for something maybe. I think this might happen fairly quickly because it is the Knight of Swords.
Right. I do agree with Banshee that I think the Knight of Swords maybe indicates something that is an intervention of some sort, maybe that is quick and maybe will provide what is needed. Because I think the word I would use here with the Seven of Wands reversed is that she doesn't feel or is unable to rally in terms of health right now, that really something is sort of holding her back. And rally could be temperament, but it could also just be the body's ability to just sort of fight back if there's a disease process or situation going on. With the Two of Coins, I'm going to go in a slightly different direction because I actually wonder...
Did you say Two of Coins?
I'm sorry, I meant Six of Coins.
Okay. It's all right. I'm just checking you.
Okay, well, I check you too.
You do, and I appreciate it.
Okay, I don't know if I appreciate it.
I know.
I'd rather find my mistakes for myself.
I just didn't want you to get too far.
Okay. Well, I knew it was the Six of Coins,
okay,
despite what I said.
All right.
Because what I'm going to say here is that I wonder if, because it's reversed, it may indicate that maybe there are material concerns in one way or the other. Like maybe there is something about money needed for treatments, or just the value of the treatments themselves, or the value of the process of trying to get well. I'm just wondering if there is a possibility that maybe money could be a problem or some sort of economy related to that.
I'm not going to rule that out. I just felt it really strongly fell in line with what was wrong. And now that I see it's a urea problem, the urinary tract, that could be a flow issue, obviously.
Right, and you said that, yeah.
So it's really interesting that card came up, and that was my immediate thought, was just to go with what could be wrong. And, I'm not going to rule out surgical intervention here or some slight invasive procedure either, Lena, because sometimes I feel, it being a sword card, something with the blade or cutting, that there could be that involvement as well. So let's do the Lenormand.
And I'm just going to briefly remind Lena and everybody that, of course, we're not medically allowed or legally allowed to prescribe. We're just kind of giving you ideas of what we see, and it should be for you to consider what those things might mean and what you should do about them.
I sense help is available. I sense it, but let's hope for the best with these Lenormand here.
Oh, I'm first?
Yeah, it was your cards.
And hi, Marcia.
Okay. That's all right.
I know. Because I know why. Because it sort of goes along with...
Oh, my gosh. I think there could be some surgery, Lena,
Yeah.
but this is very interesting to me because I'm really hoping I'm right here. But to me, when I see the anchor, I think of blockages or being stuck. Because what does an anchor do? It holds things in place. And here we have the scythe cutting away at that. So I feel here that this problem might be resolved, whether it's through surgery or some other way. I have a feeling that things will improve.
Well, remember I said the first thing that I said, Larry, when I saw this, that I said it sort of sounded like some sort of intervention. And I wasn't necessarily thinking it was surgical, but I do know that that could be the implication there. So I do feel that maybe somebody should consider having those questions asked about your mom's condition.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it could work out. I'm thinking. So check with us again as things evolve, Lena, and we can see what the cards have to say. But that's what it's looking at right now, and we wish your mom the very, very best. Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. Okay, so now we are on, I believe,
Apple and Eve.
Apple and Eve. You are up. Woo! Hey, Marcia. Didn't say hi. Good to see you. Want to take your cards down?
No.
Okay. I'm just asking.
So while we're waiting
Hey, I've
here,
been there. Oh, my goodness.
I'm just going to mention our other shows. Banshee Show, The Material
welcome,
Matters,
Lena.
was on this morning. You are welcome, Lena. And that's a good thing to plan your financial moves for the upcoming week. And don't forget that in about a week, a little over a week, we'll be doing another modality as the sun enters Taurus. All right.
Yes, on my birthday. It's entering Taurus, just like the year I was born. All right.
Annie, I have a question to ask you that I'll probably send a DM because I've been thinking about some of the stuff you're doing. So I'm going to try to remember to shoot you that DM later today. All right. Your turn.
Yes. Sonali's here. Hey, Sonali.
Hi, Sonali.
Get you on the list. Divine message for you. We'll get that. And you want to just see what's coming up. Okay, so my deck, let's go with... Sleepy Cat.
Yes.
Taking up my space. Shuffle.
So 2 weeks from yesterday, we're going to be reading live in Michigan.
So there'll be no happy hour.
No
there
happy
will
hour
be
that
one
day.
next week, but the week following, no.
Right, that's the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd. We're reading live on the other side of the
Woo.
state at somebody's metaphysical shop.
One of our favorite stores, but it's all the way on the other side. Let's see, here's the hand of Michigan.
It's about 3 hours away.
It's kind of around the border, isn't it?
Yeah,
sort of. It's near the
Well,
border.
it's within a big stone's throw.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all the way on the other side of the state.
Hi, Kanha.
Hey, welcome to the show. We can get you to the list. It's kind of long, but we'll add you at the end of it. If you can't stay, just know that, we can do your reading for you. Just drop it in the messages, and our moderator will make a note of it. All right.
All right, so this was more or less what's coming in the next week, or what's coming up.
Okay, it's the Page of Swords reversed.
Page of Swords reverse.
It's another sword, but it's the Nine of Swords upright.
Nine of Swords upright.
What's going on, Apple and Eve?
Wow, you got all swords. This one's the Three of Swords.
Well, it looks like you might be dealing with some issues.
Heartaches and heartbreaks.
Heartaches, heartbreaks, anxieties.
Anxiety.
Maybe it's even over a heartbreak that has already occurred of some sort, but there's just some anxieties that you're unable to let go of, and it's kind of messing with your focus right now, and your ability to really think clearly and decisively about what you need to do next.
It may be that some of this comes to you in various ways, your own cards, your own symbologies, for you to maybe consider this from maybe a little bit more removed level, like don't get into the emotionality of what's going on, but try to be a little bit more analytical. But you're still finding that some things are maybe blocked a little bit or not clearly seen to you, or you feel like maybe it's almost just too much of a mess in a way. You know, there's a morass of stuff that's going on, I guess.
Right. You know, me and Mr. O, we sometimes look at the Nine of no wonder, no surprise. We kind of look at the Nine of Swords a little bit differently sometimes in that, and I can see your perspective here that maybe some of this is taking in too much of the anxieties and energies of others, and that you have to kind of be able to make more of a separation. I mean, usually we're all pretty good at that, but sometimes it can be overwhelming. So it may not be something that you yourself are going through, but you are kind of taking in and absorbing from others right now. And so maybe this page is reversed here because you have to really kind of clear that out, you know, of your head and become more focused and grounded, I think. And the only other thing I would say here too is if it is about things that you personally are going through, you're going through some sorrow or grieving process right now. Just realize what is real about the situation and what is illusory. In other words, there are some things that we mourn or we feel bad about that maybe we shouldn't be, because, you know, if you looked at the situation through clearer eyes, you realize that some of what happened might possibly have been, you know, for your own good. But it's hard to see that when we are so anxious and stressed out.
Another thing that points out to me is that while I said that maybe there's just like a complexity in how you feel you can address these things, and it's funny, Banshee just mentioned it. I'm looking at the moon there and I'm feeling like some of this is talking about either, you know, the illusions that you're trying to pierce on this, what may not be as easily accessible to you, you know, what you're not seeing yet, but you will be.
Hey, Juliet, I've added
Hi,
you
Juliet.
to the list. If you can't stay, let our moderator know your question, and
we'll do it
she'll
anyway.
make a note of it.
You can just come back and review it later.
Yeah.
But stay if you will.
Oh, I got one. Here you go, Mr. O. Well, these are some pretty powerful cards you're getting here, so I hope this makes some sense to you, Apple and Eve. Yeah. So I drew the snake, and he drew the letter. So I don't know if you feel like, you know, you're going to receive some news or some information that you really got to take a close look at it, because it could be very deceptive. There could be some deceptions here with this news that you receive.
Maybe that's why I saw the moon there and felt that there was still some illusion or thing that you're going to have to try to pierce. But I generally agree with Banshee too. I mean, sometimes I feel most of the pages are messengers, but in this instance, not so much that one. This is where the message seems to be indicated, and I think it's what Banshee said, that a lot of this is stuff that maybe mostly doesn't affect you personally, or just to some degree there is a big reflection here that you're going to feel. I think that's that one. But it is really about figuring out what is real and what is not there.
Yeah. Wow, heavy stuff.
Kind of heavy stuff.
Hey, if you need to talk about anything, you know where to find me. But I hope that made sense. And in a way, I hope it didn't. You know, because I never like to give out bad news. But I'm going to call it like I see it here. There's some heavy stuff going on. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Apple and Eve. And good to see you back here. Uh-oh. Is it Kara's turn? Kara, you are up. Love you too, A&E. Love you too.
Okay, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Northern Shadows for this reading.
Just for a minute. Take my cards back. And that one. So if you follow us on Twitter and Facebook, I've been showing off some of my birthday presents. I'm going to be showing the Simplicity Tarot that I'm using today, one of the decks I'm using out there today. And then I've got a few more oracles to share in the next week. But it won't take the whole week to show the rest of them. I finally, it's coming, it's drawing to a close. But it's been Decapalooza, and I got some really awesome decks still to show.
Meanwhile, she keeps telling me that I have to find a way to get rid of my unused items.
And I bought Mr. O a really nice deck, didn't I?
You did.
I did. And that Tarot of Oppositions.
Are you talking about the newest one?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, which I haven't shown yet, have I?
No, so I'm not saying anything.
Talked about.
That's right.
All right, Kara. So, the Hanged One reversed.
Maybe possibly Apple and Eve. I didn't look at it that way, but I would think it's possible. It's sometimes usually that card does influence the other. So it might be that a deception's revealed through the news and it saves yourself from some grief.
I like that because I felt that way ultimately about the Nine of Swords, in a way, because I saw the moon there at the end. Interesting.
What was that first card? I'm sorry.
It's the Hanged One reversed. Okay. And then Kara has the Empress reversed.
Okay.
No, that's fine. And then the moon. So you had all major arcana, Kara, which is kind of interesting because you asked the question about your higher self. I think there's a real mishmash here. I almost feel like some of this is really saying your higher self ultimately wants you to focus more on your physical concerns at this time. I say that because the Empress reverse usually does talk about nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself as opposed to taking care of everybody else. The moon is about the idea of process of discovery. And the Hanged One reverse sort of seems to indicate the idea that maybe at this time spirituality itself is not the most important thing, so therefore maybe physical concerns are more important. So I think your higher self wants you to know to take care of yourself in all other ways too, and or to nourish yourself for the plans or things you want to do, whether it's discovering other things about yourself, going back to the spiritual for a bit, or even to the idea that the moon sometimes just talks about other kinds of success too in our lives, though not as strongly as some of the other meanings.
Right. This is kind of an interesting reading. I go along with a bit of what Mr. O has to say here, in that I think with the Hangman reversed coupled with the Empress. Oh, you're eating one.
You're supposed to see that.
Coupled with the and Apple and Eve was worried about interrupting us. You just did. It's okay, because I was thinking of eating another one. But no,
out.
I'm teasing. Eat. Please eat it.
It's all chocolatey and gooey now.
That's why you should have just popped it in your mouth.
Where's your cards at?
So at any rate, I believe in the self-care angle here. I think that this is a time for you to focus on you. Sometimes the Hanged Man, when it's reversed, is kind of, egotistical, unwilling to sacrifice and give. But I think coupled with the Empress reversed, it's basically saying that, this is okay right now for you to focus on you. You need this time. You need this time to pamper and care for yourself. Just like I need my birthday time to lift me up every year.
So maybe do something different for yourself, like get a new hairstyle or something like that.
Something exciting to pick up your spirits. And the moon here could be indicating that, also right now I feel that this is a very intuitive time for you. This is This is a time that, maybe your intuition or your gut has been telling you these things, that it's time for you that it's time for you to move forward and do what you need to do for yourself for once. In other words, don't worry, the world won't stop without you. We'll all still be here when you return. But it's time for you to do something nice for yourself. And let me get the Lenormand for him as he wipes off his hands.
I had to because Violet was handing me a napkin.
Oh.
Thanks, Violet.
Start eating right and exercise, Kira, as I eat my truffles here, but I'm with you. I'm doing a bit more of that. It's a slow process.
Right. I mean, I've been out of my health club for over 2 years, and I'm really starting to feel like I need to be exercising at that level again, but I just can't seem to bring myself back to it.
Well, it's always that thing about you can do most of the stuff from a health club at your house, but it just seems like if you're not in that building, some of us were not motivated to do it. I can do it here, and I have. I just dropped it off the radar, but I'm going to get back to it myself.
Okay, so I had the snake again, and you had the key. Ooh.
Well, Kara, in this case, I really feel what?
Go on.
The key is to...
not deceive yourself.
Go on. Because you just said what I was going to say. The key is not to deceive yourself here. It's like, I think what you said, obviously out here, is on the right track. But there might be, maybe what this is you're realizing now. You're coming to the realization of the fact that you have been deceiving yourself that everything is okay. Everything was not okay, which is why it's time to treat yourself better, take time for yourself, and make sure you're nurturing and taking care of that physical body of yours.
Well, we both did at the same time, really. Bam! But we mean the best for you, Kara. Of course, we all deceive ourselves.
Oh, yeah, all the
constantly.
time.
Most of us do. So this is really saying that Spirit is trying to tell you, I've been watching you.
For me, reading the tarot is often like a great a check on myself. Yeah. Because I know how to read the cards, and I don't sugarcoat them that much to you guys, and I don't sugarcoat them that much to me either. I realize when it's calling me out. And so this isn't so much calling you out as saying it's really the time to take care of you and do it. And if you have been deceiving yourself that you don't need to do it, that's where the problem lies, and you should go with what your gut has been trying to tell you. All right, that's what we have for you.
All right, Kara.
Look at that. Angel Rivera, you are up. Okay, single card. What Spirit wants you to know. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Get those in there.
He's looking at you, Kara.
Oh, Sonny.
Ah.
He's getting up. Here, you can shuffle. You can't get down this way, but go over there. Here. You can go down there. Or are you just standing to stretch? I never know.
I love this new camera. It's so cool for being able to do that easier. I don't have to lift it up off the table to get a good sunny cam.
Oh, you mean the tripod?
The tripod. Not the camera, it's the tripod. Thank you. Aww.
No, you can't have a truffle. No.
I know.
All right.
The Magician.
Bottom card.
The Ten of Wands.
Reversed. So this is really an interesting combination here. I feel that you have, I think the message is you have everything you need right now in order to make things easier for yourself in your life, either your work life or your home life. It seems like a lot of stress and burdens can be alleviated because you just know how to pull it all together, and you know how to manifest, the solutions to make things easier for yourself. You also realize that, burdens aren't yours to carry alone. That there should be an even distribution of things here, and I think you're going to be able to manage this somehow here. What do you see, Mr. O?
Well, I think you will find really that what you were doing to stay on top of your projects, but also to keep applying your willpower, was instrumental or key in removing some of the obstacles or burdens that you were feeling, or that this is going to be happening in this near future.
Yeah, and I also think this could also be saying, focus your will right now on easing the burdens in your life is the other message here I feel for you. Is focus that will and the fact that you have the skills and abilities to do this to make life easier for yourself right now and eliminate some of the stress and some of the things that might be dragging you down a little bit.
I wonder if somebody wants you to be more in charge of a situation that is about clearing out the crap, relieving burdens, or just removing, reviewing something for efficiency.
Oh, thank you, Divine You. Hello to you. Appreciate that. Want to grab
Sure.
Well, we'll leave them there. That's right. I don't know what I'm saying.
I never know what you're saying.
You better pull something good. Maybe this is related to work.
Good call, Banshee. So you got the mountains and I got the fox.
Because right here is like the workplace and the mountains. So it's obstacles or burdens related to work or your co-workers or peers, maybe being able to delegate things. I mean, if you were a manager or, you were somebody who was able to delegate to others, that's what I would say. But it looks as though it's struggling to get through obstacles related to work. But I feel here the mountains really relates to that Ten of Wands, and that Ten of Wands is reversed. And so it's saying here you have the ability to make this flow much easier for you.
Yeah, it's clearly what it's about. I mean, the mountain does say that there are these obstacles and that they're related to the work situation, but our previous reading is indicating that your abilities are what is helping work plow through these obstacles.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Angel. All right, Gina is up. Oracle deck. Okay, Gina, I happen to have here the Oracle of the Roses or the Namaste. You want to try the Oracle of the Roses?
You're welcome, Angel. Don't forget, we're back on Thursday nights from 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Roses.
Roses are red. And other colors too. I'm going to let you shuffle and cut too, Mr. O.
All right.
since this is a top and bottom of the deck pull. Oh, this deck is so pretty.
It reminds me of my final rose too.
In a way it does. Yeah.
It has that nice weighted feel, like the.
I like the brown tones, and then the roses, in the background, and the roses here on the front of the deck. Yeah. It kind of looks antique-y to me in a way. That way, I like it.
She was rose plant. That's interesting.
Ah. Well, of course, there's a lot of symbology for roses in my Catholic upbringing. And, of course, there was St. Teresa, the little flower. And that's where I'm most familiar with a little bit of rose magic from my past. Okay. Top of the deck. You have one of the pioneer roses. There's actually two pioneer ones that say the pioneer in this deck, but it is the wild rose, and it's the prickly rose. Ouch!
Prickly nose.
So let's see what that has to say. Number 2.
Wow.
Okay, the Oracle meaning. A new beginning, or looking back at the start of a situation, may be beneficial for you at the present time. Sometimes we find ourselves forever jumping from one thing to another in a constant quest to better ourselves. While this is a way to explore and develop style and character, it doesn't help with growth or depth. The pioneer is someone who is the first, but they have developed a deep and educated understanding of the endeavor they are undertaking. Look a little deeper at what is already here, what you are doing before you jump forward. Have you missed something along the way? And the ethnobotanical archetype exploration is, why do I need to be best or better than another? Am I doing my very best right now? I think one of the key things here, though, is this idea of, it's great to be an explorer, but what are you laughing about?
Kara.
Roses are...
You're like me.
2 is your number. Wow, that's interesting, too, now that I look at that. But I think one of the things here is, exploring is not just to jump off a cliff and, just for the heck of it. You kind of have a plan, or you really are enthused and excited about what you're getting into. And it's telling you, if you're going to take that dive deep. Don't just go for the surface. Dive deep and learn from the experience you're undertaking.
I want to break out in song.
Uh-oh.
But I won't.
Gina.
Every rose has its thorn.
Look at what this one is. The bottom of the deck is, let me just look at the rose. It's called Old Garden Rose, the Mystic.
Ooh, I like it.
So, is this about a mystic exploration, pioneering a new course in mysticism? Let's see.
Interesting.
Okay, the Oracle meeting. You may find it's time to devote yourself a little deeper. Remember what I was saying with the last card? To what you are currently working on or with, be it industrious of nature or spiritual. Something may need a bit more of your attention, and you may even find something returning to you that you thought once lost. The mystic will usually give up all earthly possessions and pleasures to devote themselves entirely to divine or to the cause. This is a rather austere way of life, and they find themselves incredibly isolated. This is why it is a path trod warily or personalized somewhat by many to include family, friends, and passions. So the ethnobotanical archetype exploration is, what do you feel you are devoted to? And is it in line with your values and the betterment of your life? So, you can also be a pioneer exploring land you've explored before. And basically what that means to me is that You find new things in that path that you didn't realize was there before. So sometimes it's a good thing to go back or to stick with what you're doing to explore parts of it you have yet to explore. Let's do the Lenormand.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. And of course we know it to be true, don't we?
Just repotted a palm tree. Ah.
Palm tree. Hey, Ostino. Very cool.
This is really funny
Dun,
because...
dun, dun, dun!
Well, we've got the anchor and we've got a commitment. And I really feel this might be saying, Gina, what the last card was speaking of. Commit to being, to being where you are now. Put a more resolve and commitment to what you are doing right now and go deeper. I really almost feel that here because the anchor kind of keeps you in place. And that last card was talking about, hey, you might want to explore places you've already been or where you are now. And the other one says be a pioneer because obviously there's still some new things to be gotten out of what you've been doing. Does that make sense? Probably was bad English there, but I think it makes sense.
Be deeper in the moment.
There you go. All right.
Alrighty.
I love my rose deck. It's just awesome.
I just started to read Victoria's message, and the first few lines was very interesting. Hope it's true.
You were offered a job. That's awesome. 6 to 12 months, maybe. Can do jobs for a while. All right,
yeah, I feel that way, Victoria, about the working with the ground. I don't do it very often, but whenever I did it, I just felt so grounded. Helping my mom plant her tulips. I used to do that.
It is a great deck. I can't wait to bust out some of my other ones.
It's beautiful.
That
too.
Witching Hour one that I showed yesterday is just so beautiful. And it's really well conceived. This is also an incredibly well conceived deck. And gardeners in particular, which I am not, should really like this. But I appreciate nature and growing things most definitely. So I love it. I do. I just can't find my box. Is Sunny on it? I don't know what I do with my... Oh, I have the Namaste cards in it. Okay. All right, let's move on to Victoria. Let's see what we get. Your deck, right?
Yes. And I guess you want to know how this feels, what happens there, and or if the card showed the mysterious millionaire showing up. He listens to you better than us. Aw, he likes that little
I don't know. I think we have 10 readings left, if I've counted right. After Victoria.
No, it can't be that many, can it?
9.
Who's counting?
And so I'm wondering if we should have Divine You be the last reading for the day. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how we go. Get going, Mr. O.
It's on you.
Okay.
My boy. That's my boy.
Hey, Sonny's even on the big camera. Does he need all this attention?
Yes.
Answer, yes, he does.
Yeah, that can't be good.
Oh, sigh. But it's good that there's room to grow. And you're writing. And also, hey, everybody, support Victoria. Buy her book that's on Amazon right now, which I can't remember the title, but it's about the most haunted...
Spending the night at the most haunted
hospital in Texas, right? Hotel. Sorry.
Okay, your first card is the Hermit, the light in the darkness. And later on, we'll put the link to that too in our media so that people can see that for Victoria. And here's the King of Swords, upright.
The Hermit and the King of Swords, wow.
And then the Five of Swords reversed, which I don't like this one upright or reversed usually.
So I don't know about timing here. I would almost think that timing, it might happen as swiftly as 6 months. But I'm not sure because of that darn Five of Swords.
Right, it could be the idea of unintended consequences.
Well, or that it just still doesn't feel like a win for you when all is said and done.
Okay.
I wonder about that. But it looks as though here, you are on a learning curve with the Hermit there, I feel. And the King of Swords as well. It's like it's almost as if it's a progression here in a way, Victoria. Like here you're on the path and you're learning as you go. And here we have, and also you are relying on, I believe, some wisdom and knowledge you already contain. And here we have, you've reached sort of a pinnacle of that, that your judgment is sound, everything is clear, you've got everything in hand, but yet ultimately we've got the Five of Swords reversed, which to me, at best, and I'm going to say at best, is maybe an empty victory, but it's almost as if you feel like you put in all this effort and what was really the reward? Like, for example, in 6 months, will they pay you as much as you had hoped to get, Well,
I'm actually wondering if that King of Swords there indicates that maybe in this time period, a better choice or situation may arise and you may be able to choose that instead. And I'd like to think that's a possibility there by seeing that. That basically it may be the other thing you're doing now or something else opening up, that it may not be this one opening up. That's what I sort of feel like. Or that there's an option between this one and something else.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was giving Sunny tummy rubs.
The Five of Swords just could indicate, too, that some of this wears you down and maybe makes you feel that none of these choices are really good. So, in other words, that's why I'm feeling like this idea of waiting to see or finally seeing in this amount of time the better choice.
Well, and you know what? It's like the Five of Swords, when it's reversed, in my opinion, is that, well, I guess it's really nobody wins, is it? Because that's really when it's upright, you kind of can leave with your integrity intact. So, I don't know. I'm still going to say that maybe you're just going to realize that this is not the be-all and end-all you want it to be, ultimately. But I do think there's definitely potential here for you to move up. And on the sooner end rather than the later end of things. Right.
I mean, because to me, the most hopeful card beyond the King of Swords is that Hermit that is just sort of saying wisdom finds what it needs to find.
Mr. O, I pulled first, but this is interesting. I know.
You.
I'm sorry.
I'm mortified. Maybe not. Well, maybe another wish might happen.
This is really fascinating. Let me go first because it does go first. So, I've got the Crossroads.
It's the millionaire.
It's the millionaire. Yes, you're going to find a sugar daddy, and then you're going to say bye-bye to the job. Well, I mean, hypothetically, it could be that, but I think here, what this is saying ties into how I ended this by saying that you're going to find your heart needs to take you in a different direction.
Right, and of course I did feel that there was this choice of directions at some point down the road here. So, right, that could say you're going to get your heart's desire one way or the other, i.e. the dream job opens up or the dream opportunity opens up, or Mr. Right, Mr. Daddy Warbucks, whatever you want to call him, just shows up. Victoria, how do you do?
Well, I'll tell you, my Monday morning tea cards for tomorrow and this week, because I consider, my oracles that I do for the week every day, I consider it in effect for a whole week. It's hot, hot, hot. It's super hot. I don't know. I pulled those and I was like, holy moly. But anyway, hot stuff. So stay tuned for that on Twitter tomorrow. But that's what we have for you. It does seem to have an interesting, all the cards seem to click. So I do think you're going to be moving up there, but ultimately it's not your stomping grounds. You're going to maybe there's other aspects of the job, quarreling, arguing, something that you decide, I don't need this, or some kind of fractionalization, or the fact that you really don't get out of it what you had hoped.
I think it's taking closer to that 6-month time period, maybe not all the way 5-ish months.
Yeah, but it'll be on the early end of that. You said 6 to 12 months, and I think it'll be earlier than later.
Yeah.
All right, good luck with that. Who knows, Kara? Honestly, I could have read those cards so many ways. One night stand, I could have said, because it's like that. But I didn't quite go there.
You're welcome, Victoria.
A psychic hotline. Oh, that's awesome. That'd be interesting. You have to tell me how that goes.
Oh, wait, did Mama T give us a question? Reading about her hubby's health. Okay.
Reading about her hubby's health. Oh boy. It's the season, too. My goodness. Yeah, for that kind of stuff.
Right, all kinds of irritants in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
I'm just trying to figure out where to do this. Hang on. I'm going to do it here.
In addition to you guys, we know a number of other folks in Texas, too. Some of them are associated with another organization we're in.
Covenant of the Goddess.
Right. So it's really cool, that there's actually progressive people in Texas.
And we've been to Texas because of that group. That's what sent us to Texas that one year. And
2011 August.
We had a conference there.
Yeah, we presented the main ceremony.
That's right. All right. Shuffle. Oh, that's right, Angel. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
about you.
That.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're all like one degree or another
happy
separated
family
from
here,
Texas.
Separated at birth. I mean, there's Libra and Mr. Maurice and Gina that are the East Coasters, and we even had some ties to the East Coast as well with our organizations we belong to.
That's true. We've been out there.
And I traveled a bit to the East Coast for my library stuff, ALA conferences out east. I was to Boston. I really enjoyed my trip to Boston. I really did. I was in D.C. All right. Oh, poo.
Oh, it's the Lovers reversed. And it's the Eight of Cups reversed.
But ultimately, yay.
The Six of Wands. Victory.
So it's interesting to me because I'm looking at the Mama T, I'm looking at the Lovers and the Eight of Cups together somehow here, because I'm sensing here that this problem clearly has roots in the past. He's obviously been maybe grappling with COPD issues for a time. Hey, I've probably been grappling with them since my 30s forward, maybe. And of different sorts because of asthma. And, he's got to be careful of the choices he makes right now. Not to fall back into any old patterns of behavior or lifestyle or whatever that might be feeding this condition. So in other words, he needs to think more outside the box and possibly look into some new treatments or therapies if at all possible, maybe to help him out. ultimately, though, there's the Six of Wands. I think things might get better. And so I'm wondering, too, if this just isn't indicating to me that it's a seasonal thing, that this is just coming up now with this changing of the seasons, and that things will right themselves again, because there is a victory here, but maybe the victory comes if they're willing to think outside the box and do things differently now.
Right. I think ultimately this is the best card here and the one that's the most important because it does show some sort of coming through this, conquering
Yes.
it, coming out in victory. The previous cards do seem to suggest to me that some of this may be things happening that maybe they're not so much choices, lifestyle choices. He's eating this when he shouldn't be eating that. He's not doing this when he should be doing that. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it could just be saying, too, that there are no choices in terms of what's happening environmentally around him. There's just more and more irritants in our oxygen, in our air all the time. There's just more and more of them, and people are succumbing more and more all the time to various respiratory type diseases or situations. So it may be that he really has to consider focusing in on his health as it was and not thinking about expanding too many other plans right now. He's got to really just take it back in. Take it back into his health. Okay?
Let's check the Lenormand.
I know, you thought I went too long, didn't you?
No. It's just it's a little bit of a divergence from me. So it just gives you some food for thought there on approach to the problem. But I think there is a happy,
Yeah, that's the clear
outcome.
thing. The clear thing is the happy outcome. Yep. You ought to like this, Mama T.
Oopsie.
I know.
Into my chocolate. Aww.
Look at that, Mama T.
Well, I think that you just being sure to take care of him and make sure he's moving in the right direction is very, very important here. You just have to be there for him and make sure that he's moving in the right direction with this. If he needs to see a doctor, light a fire under the butt, and get him in that car and get him moving to, wherever he needs to get some treatment.
We're just finishing up with you right now, too. You're the best friend. You're going to help get them to where they need to go. His health will ultimately come through. He may have to consider changes or things to work on.
Yeah. And that's it. That's what we have for you. So, Mama T, you might want to rewind it. We
Right from this
just did
point
the reading
backwards.
for you right now.
Last 5 or 6 minutes.
All right.
So good luck, Mama T.
And Mo, wanted a love reading.
All right.
Your deck.
Okay, I'm going to go with my Egyptian Nefertari.
It's right. There were 10 readings because I forgot to include Violet. Oops. That's always because I write her name down when I see it come up.
Much love to you.
All right, take care. Good luck with that. Sunny looks like a seal. Yeah. Sassy looks like a beached whale sometimes. I'm sad. The diet is not working yet.
And Shadow looks like a hairy thing.
And Shadow's just all hair.
I know that's right, Violet.
All right. Good.
Okay, our first card is the Two of Cups reversed.
Uh-oh.
Then we have the upright. Oh, I'm not showing them. Whoops, sorry. Hold on. There we go. So Two of Cups, as I said, reversed. And then the Knight of Wands, upright. And then the Tower reversed. Well, I'm wondering if you have actually had a breakup, or if you think you're moving towards this breakup, or, you know, I mean, you asked for like a general love reading.
It's a general love reading, yeah.
Right. So, in a way, this could signify that maybe there is a short relationship happening. I'm not sure about that part. I'm going to take that part back. The Knight of Wands presents the idea of a charismatic, magnetic appeal, maybe moving into a situation, mostly about perhaps, you know, building bonds up rather than moving towards clearly romantic, you know, right away. And then the Tower reverse sort of talks about the idea about having difficulty learning certain lessons or understanding certain wisdoms. So if I put it together, it could be saying that this has happened to you, that maybe there was a breakup, or that you're moving towards one, and that there are some things that you really need to understand or resolve or understand about what happened and what your place in that was.
There's really so much depth, not necessarily positive all the way around in these cards, and a number of ways I could look at this, Mo. One thing in particular is, yeah, if you have suffered a serious breakup, don't be so in a hurry to enter this next phase. It seems like you're very eager for a new relationship, but if you haven't really absorbed the lessons from the last one, this could come back to haunt you in, you know, in something you try to start too soon. So make sure you're really over things. That's one. Number two, a way I like to look at this is, I feel here with that Knight of Wands that you are truly ready for something right now. You're ready for something, but, you know, well, I'm almost looking at this the same way again, so let me think about this a moment here. Maybe that is the way I want to go with it. I guess that's maybe what my intuition is telling me, is that you really are ready for something, and something new might come your way. But the thing is that it may be short-lived. So that's the second way I wanted to read this. That's right. It may be short-lived, and it might be because of not taking in some lessons from past experiences. And it might not be on your end, it might be on the other person's end too. I wouldn't rule that out here. But I am really more inclined to feel, now if you are in a relationship right now, and you're just wondering how things are going, it seems like there's a lot of conflict, I would say, and you're trying to figure out how best to move things forward. But it just seems like old patterns of behavior, whether it's arguing or other things, keep getting in the way. So this is the way I could really look at this. This is definitely a love-related reading that we have here. And it's not very positive in moving forward right now with anything.
Well, then overall, and I'm sort of leaning this way now too, although I presented another idea, but the idea that maybe there is a relationship, a partnership, and it's unsteady, there's maybe trust issues, you know, that kind of thing, or truly wondering where the bonding is. And some of this could be about things in the past that either of you have not totally reconciled, where either of you made mistakes or did things that the other had a hard time accepting. But this shows that if you try to work as honest partners, you could probably make progress here. It's just really up to you. So we haven't really seen Mo Haha, so we're not even sure if he's, you know, here right now for it. So we should just move along. Thank you, Austin. That's the Nefertari deck. It's based on Egyptian images, of course. I do like it. I'm just going to show another one. the Two of Wands. It's all guilty, as in guilt, not guilt. Well, never mind. Okay, so the first one that I drew, Mohaha, was the stars. And then Banshee drew the gentleman, which could represent the inquirer, whether gender is implied or not.
Victoria, I will be there. I've subscribed and I'm getting notifications. So I'll be there tonight. Looking forward to
right. Is that the Black Lotus?
Yes,
thing?
Black Lotus Productions.
Yeah, look for that on YouTube, right?
8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Is it Eastern Standard Time? I think it is. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope so. Hope I got that right.
Yeah, if you like paranormal.
Yep. All right. So,
thanks for coming.
Mo, the star and the gentleman. Now, I always look at whether it's gentleman or lady card, that this could be you or this could be somebody else coming towards you, male or female. And I feel here, because I don't get hung up on the gender of the cards too much, but I feel here there is hope here with a person. If you have somebody in mind, if you are with somebody already, or if you are just looking for somebody, there is hope in something happening. But just make sure you're truly ready for this, especially if you have just been through some kind of major breakup of some sort.
Right. I feel that if this is talking about a current relationship, there is hope to move past the issues.
With this person.
Right, with this person. If it's talking about your relationship towards finding a new love, this is saying there's hope too. So it's just good all the way around.
Yeah. Thank goodness for that. And I wish you luck, Mo. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Mo. And now we are on Seven Ocean Skies.
Yep.
Much love, Gina. Thank you.
We
had a blast watching Victoria's other show, The Edge of the Rabbit Hole.
The final episode.
But they had, you watched a lot of them. I watched some of them.
Yeah.
They often had various guests, people who were known or maybe slightly known in the paranormal community. So we would see people who were on some of the TV shows like the Holzer's Files and shows like that.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And, they tackle hauntings, they talk aliens, they talk paranormal, all the stuff that I grew up with, basically. My family was very much into that. And I, of course, love ghost stories, and I'm into the ghost paranormal world from my own experiences.
Okay, Seven Ocean Skies, do we have a question?
And take care, Gina.
Take care,
Enjoy your
Gina.
margaritas. Ooh.
I believe the channel on YouTube is just called Black Lotus.
It's either Black Lotus or Black Lotus Productions. If you look up Victoria Monday on Twitter, you could probably find it in her feed because she posted a thing about it today. If I find it again, I'll retweet it because she's a lot of fun. She's great.
Yeah, we enjoy her show.
And her and In the Edge of the Rabbit Hole with her other partner, they were a lot of fun too. They were great. I mean, they were just really good. They had very interesting guests.
Okay, the guided message for the week to come.
All right. My deck?
Yep.
Right back to this one.
So is that Paracon the one in the UP?
Yeah.
So she is going?
Did she say she was?
She said something like, see you at Paracon.
Did she?
I thought she did. Are you still here, Victoria?
I will DM her. I need to know. Because somehow,
That's
some
a deal
way,
breaker.
we will find the money to be there. I'd love to meet her there. Michigan's paranormal thing in the Upper Peninsula is really big. And it's going to even be hard for us to find a hotel room at this point. And the event is in August.
Okay, well, she didn't say that specifically, but we were talking about who was from Texas, and we'd been there, and everybody's connected to Texas. And then Victoria says, and don't forget that Paracon this summer. I think that's a hint that maybe she's going to be there.
Well, I was worried that she couldn't because she didn't have a job. But
that's
maybe
true, right? There's, it's
putting
tight
it in
for
there.
people.
All right. That's yet another reason to go. But they're going to have some really interesting people at that Paracon event. A lot of the ghost people I like to watch, and on TV on the Travel Channel, and just some of the other interesting ones too. Some of the psychics. I think Greg Newkirk and Dana will be there. Amy Bruni will be there, and Adam Berry from Kindred Spirits. So it's just something I've always wanted to do, but it sells, the hotel rooms and everything sell out so quickly for this event. It's amazing. So, and of course I was sick last year, and because of COVID, that was the year I really wanted to go. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry, we're not distracted. The cards are here. The Ace of Coins is reversed. The Four of Wands, our party card, is reversed, but that is no big deal.
I love the pastel.
And neither is this one reversed, the Four of Cups.
Yeah, and it's 2 4s.
So I just want to make sure I got the question right again. What was that again?
Just a guided message for the week to come.
Got it.
Okay.
Well, this is going to be a week where you're better served by simple things, and like not going overboard on anything and not having super high expectations, but just to enjoy the moment and enjoy the week and enjoy life. That's sort of the message of the Four of Wands here, is that this is a time to just kind of sit back and enjoy, the progress you've made so far. The Ace of Coins is reversed here, which is indicating anything that you really want to start that's new this week and growthful, well, it might be a little rocky getting it off the ground. So maybe wait till conditions are a little bit more conducive for that. So I would just suggest the Four of Wands says you have a lot going for you right now where you don't need anything else. You could actually look for what you want to do next. The Four of Cups is indicating probably by week's end, there may be some signs and signals that some new opportunities for growth are sprouting up for you.
Well, I'm wondering if this refers to this, the idea that maybe something you were going to choose, maybe you will decide to actually not choose it because you don't see a viability or a way of it really panning out for you. And that therefore the choice really is about you just sort of weathering this week. So I think you're seeing some choices, but you're passing on them mostly. These may be things about jobs or investments or projects that you feel there could be a financial return or something that helps your career or something like that. But you may find they're just not really right for you, or they have too much going on for you to invest at this time. It might be better just for you to kind of relax a little bit and maybe wait for more choices to come to you, if you can do that.
Okay, I could see how those kind of correlate together there, but I'm almost just thinking that, maybe it could also be separate to me, because I think here when I look at these two, I'm wondering if this is like you maybe have just come off a period of hoping something would get off the ground or start up for you, or maybe you were looking towards a job or a money-making opportunity and it didn't happen. And so to just step back and not dwell on what could have been, but just step back and enjoy what is, and eventually it's going to attract you to what's coming. Because I feel like the Four of Cups might be something that's coming.
Yes.
And Four of Cups reversed is basically awakening to new opportunities that present themselves to you and deciding what you can, whatever it is you want to take on at this time.
So maybe seeing the idea that doesn't look viable will more or less make you step back and just enjoy what's going on now a little bit. But ultimately, this allows for some other choices to show up and say, what about this instead?
Well, and the other thing I really want to add to this reading is that, what was it now? I lost it before we get to Lenormand. It might come back to me. I'm sorry. I just lost my train of thought. Maybe Spirit's telling me it was not essential to say it, but let's see if it comes up with the Lenormand.
That sounds terrible, Mama T. I hope he really does get that taken care of.
Now, I want to remind you, I know what I was going to say, so before you reveal that, let me just say. Also, I want to add that, on the one hand, that opportunity here on one side looks like it could be more material, physical. And on the other hand, cups are kind of emotional cards, so this could be something that fulfills you emotionally, which could also mean romantic. So in other words, maybe something doesn't work out in business for you, but maybe there's something romantic that might be happening, because I just drew the moon. I'll talk to Violet about that. I just drew the moon. Well, the key is success of some sort here, or maybe a new romance brewing. Because this is, or if it's not even romance, it's something positive in your present relationship if you are in one. A positive step forward, a renewal of love, just some happy times, something like that. And it can be something to build upon. The key could also be saying here is the key might be to build upon your past successes to spur you into, to make these future opportunities work for you.
The moon relates to more physical ideas about romance happening or success happening. It's not exactly like the tarot one where it's maybe more about mysterious things going on. Right. There is still an edge of mystery with the moon, of course, but I guess it's right that maybe these other possibilities are something that would bring pleasure into your life, whether it's actual romance or whether it's just having fun things that you enjoy doing. I mean, maybe somebody drops off a whole bunch of cozy mysteries on your porch, and you love cozy mysteries. Get the teapot going.
You're talking about yourself here, Mr.
I am talking about myself.
But that's what we have for you, Seven Oceans. Good luck with that. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Good luck, Seven
Oceans. It's really
Oceans.
not a bad week overall,
No,
I have to say. It all seems like it's balancing out. So good luck with that.
Ostino.
And Violet, I don't know that Amy Allen is going to be there. Dave Schrader's going to be there from Holzer Files. At least I think he is. Some of the other people are. I think Alexandra Holzer might be there again. Chip Coffey will be there. so there's some big people there.
Ostino, I guess you would like me to use that Golden Egyptian deck for your reading, eh?
Just do.
Twist my arm. Okay, so a general reading for Ostino. Alrighty. It is a beautiful deck. I got it, quite a few years ago, over 15, at the Cosmic Eye, the metaphysical store in Wyandotte that used to be there. I don't know if you remember that. You would have been kind of young. You still are kind of young. My boy, look at my
I think
boy.
some of the Ghost Hunters will be there, and the Ghost Brothers will be there.
Oh, I love the Ghost Brothers.
John Tenney, who lives in Royal Oak, Michigan, I believe, will be there. He's a very quirky guy. I love John Tenney, and I follow him on Twitter. Or should I say John E.L. Tenney? There. All right.
Okay, general reading for Ostino.
Okay.
Okay, you have the reverse King of Wands. Then we have the Knave of Swords. That's like the Page of Swords. That's upright.
Right.
And then you have the Nine of Pentacles upright.
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
That's the King of Wands?
Wands, right.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
I have the feeling that this coming week may see you feeling a little bit alone, like maybe you're going to pull back a little bit, mostly to work on some self-issues and stuff. I sort of feel like maybe you're actually toning down a little bit of your excessiveness to people. We know you personally, so we know you're very open, friendly, warm, inviting people in. I think this next week may find you channeling that back a little bit, and maybe you're going to be working on personal issues. Some of this may have to do with your skills. I know you're a talented, creative person. I haven't forgotten what we're talking about either.
Hi, Ramandeep. You know what? We'll let you come in, but we gotta cut the list off after Ramandeep.
You're the last one, Ramandeep.
Yeah. We were gonna cut it off before you, but I'll take you today. Just hang in there till we get to you.
And so this final card, the Knight of Pentacles, says where it's leading to. This week really shows you focusing on self and developing your talents and skills. It may just be that in some ways people will say, "Oh, you're not so friendly this week. What's wrong?" But you're like just into yourself. That's all it really is. You're really going to be into yourself, working on yourself. That's what I'm feeling here.
Well, I'm going to take it a little less as it's work on the self here. I will say this, though, that your time this week might be better spent alone, in enjoying some simple pleasures, enjoying your own, surroundings, or just some quiet time with yourself. You talked about planting there. I don't know if it was you or your family that's doing it, but if you're into gardening in particular, in those solitary pursuits like that, the Nine of Pentacles is really all in on that. And so I feel this is a time for some solitary work or activities, but it's more about enjoyment of them as well, and getting pleasure out of that.
So I just read you today. I didn't really read you for next week. This is you today, maybe. Okay, I'm teasing.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He was talking about all this enjoyment about the planting and stuff.
Oh, well, I forget it. I didn't remember the context. There was planting mentioned. So at any rate, oh God.
Blew you away, didn't it?
Yeah, you did. So, and here's the other reason why I think alone might be better, because this is a kind of week, and maybe it's Aries energy still. This is, we're now into the last decan of Aries, that, you might be a little bit easy to fly off the handle this week, and come off looking a little bit aggressive to others, and so maybe a little bit pushy. And so the wise choice would be to kind of just lay low and pursue some intellectual pursuits instead of, more of the social aspects. So it really does lend itself to reading, reading, pleasure reading maybe, or doing gardening, or things that are solitary activities.
Art and playing guitar.
Yeah, right.
It slipped out of my hands. I don't know if I grabbed the same one.
Well, see, and you know what? The Nine of Pentacles is all about that, enjoying your surroundings in your home life and making it comfortable. So
despite all that, I have picked the Rider.
And despite all that, I've got
the Sun.
So
nice. Yeah.
So success really surrounds you right now, though, overall. There's a brightness around you right now, and the moves that you are making for yourself seem to be mostly positive ones. And remember, this is a general reading, so sometimes I can see a total correlation with the cards that are here, and sometimes I think it's just talking in general, or maybe about some other activity in your life. But I feel like right now, in general, it is saying that the moves that you are making for yourself right now are very, very positive and are leading you on a successful path.
The sun is shining wherever you go. I mean, wherever your path is taking you, the sun is going to be shining on it. So it really does correlate with these things here. It seems like this is a week where you work on your projects. It's not necessarily working on yourself, but it could be. But it's working on your projects. It's things around the house. It was the gardening you're talking about. I know you do art and music. So it's those kind of things.
Hey! Why not take a ride out on a sunny day, and or take a hike in nature, Definitely let the sun shine in. That's what we have for you. Wow, nice reading.
Thanks, Austin. Say hi to everybody.
Marcia, you are up.
Hi, Marcia.
Are you still with us, Marcia? Oh, take a bike ride.
There you go.
Absolutely. Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday.
General love read. Absolutely. For the rest of April. Okay.
Okay.
Your cards?
No, I just did
Oh,
that.
that's right. You're right. Got this.
All right.
I like when I'm shuffling the cards here, ruffling them. The fur on Sonny's stomach is just waving in the breeze.
He looks so tired right now.
He's chill. Let's keep it that way. Here you go, Mr. Oh. And we'll be doing a little bit of overtime today.
No doubt.
But we're getting there, Mr. O. We are getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Hey, it's the Queen of Cups. Upright.
Queen of Cups.
And guess what? It's the Queen of Wands upright too. But Judgment's reversed. And Judgment's not really in the middle. The Queen of Wands is. I want to kind of make sure I understand that.
Okay, so what
Because
about
it's not understandable, but okay. So, thank you. Yay! So...
Well, I clearly think that there is maybe something happening. It mostly looks like there's the two queens between them really represent the idea of emotional beauty or just pushing that out there, that emotional quality of love, romantic. The Queen of Wands presents as a very attractive, engaging personality. Maybe somebody who is very quick thinking about romance in a way that maybe other people aren't. So in other words, they might understand intuitively things, but both queens could be that way. I mean, I could just see both of them as being intuitive about the things about love or relationships. So that takes us to that reverse Judgment, though. And that could be saying that this really is an adventure in really just being connected to a person strongly, but not necessarily all levels. Like maybe there's more of a physical feel here, maybe there's a physical feel with an emotional feel, but it may not represent your best choice. Like maybe it's presenting an idea that something happens, but you might want to take more time to really develop what is love.
Yeah, the Judgment's kind of thrown me for a loop here, but one thing I can say about these queens being together in this reading here, and you wanted a love reading for the month till the end of April, is that you are you are emotionally wanting and longing for a relationship right now, something that will be fulfilling for you, something that will fill your heart with joy. And let me just say, with the Firebrand Queen of Wands here, you certainly know how to attract it to you, Marcia. You certainly are capable of doing it. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of magnetism and charisma. But the Judgment card is... Who are you waving to now?
Ramandeep. He's not going to stay for the reading.
Oh,
They're
really?
not staying, yeah. But thank you for dropping it.
Well, thank you, Ramandeep, and it's good to see you. And, we'll catch up with you, I'm sure. So, but the Judgment card is kind of, because it's reversed, is kind of making me wonder if something's really going to come through for you or not. Or I have this bad feeling here. The Judgment card reverse upright is about, in a way, like reincarnation or a reawakening or renewal. When it's reversed, I wonder if that's just like it's kind of stuck right now, like it's not yet ready to happen by the end of April. But I feel like you are so ready here and willing. But I just have this feeling, either that or it might indicate, I hate to say it, and I don't want to say the A word, but I might, in that, there might be something from the past that resurfaces that may not be that healthy.
I could sort of see that. I'm wanting to not see that, so
because I think of zombies when I think of the Judgment card reversed, okay? When I think of the Judgment card upright, I think of renewal and something new and redone, recreated. When it's reversed, I think somebody's coming back from the dead like zombies.
I like what you said, though, about the idea that maybe it's just that the eagerness and the accessibility to being this person, promoting this energy, doesn't equate with the time scale, which I think is a good, valid way to look at that, too.
Okay.
Like we're only into you said it, the first plus week of April, so it may be that some things may fire a little bit, but you're going to want to, and I said this too, I guess, in a way, take longer than maybe that time frame to really assess and understand what the value is to you.
I'm not going to rule out that there may be something of a casual nature, but I feel it's not going to be something as deep as what you are looking for.
Well, that's good about the A word.
Wow. That's pretty interesting, Marcia. Just vanished off of the face of the earth.
I see, though.
But, what do you have?
You're first.
Oh, darn you.
Oh, dog and mice.
Yeah, now that's a tough combination here.
Well, could it mean that maybe, you
might run into some people that... You might run into somebody who you just can't put your trust in. I feel, with the mice there and the dog. It could be somebody that you already know. And that falls back to what I possibly suggested about the Judgment card here. But if it's not that person, it could just be somebody else you might know on a more casual level.
I wonder if this is your coworker here, and that they're providing a sense of irritation through them. The irritation you're feeling is caused by them, right?
Yeah. Well, how did that just come up out of nowhere? But of course...
Their schedule changed.
You were talking... Well, I know that, but what did that have to do with the love reading? So we were talking about a love reading, and I understand where she's been connected with things in the past.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
You bring that up, and we get cards that almost... or tiles that almost fall right into that. There's a lot of stress connected with somebody... that you have some type of casual either friendship or relationship with. And yes, I could say it's a coworker, and it's hard to feel it's hard to trust them. And they bring a lot of stress, which is exactly what you said right here. And I did not see that when I pulled that.
We don't always feel that the Lenormand is connected to the tarot. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they may talk about really different things.
Well, that's
But-
mostly in a general reading.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Okay, but I do sort of feel there is a connection here. I'm not exactly what it is, but I'm wondering if this reverse judgment goes towards the idea of this irritating relationship with a friend who maybe is, of course, working against your interests. The judgment sort of talks about competing interests, a more virtuous nature, a far less virtuous nature. So it could be that this drama here irritates to the point where you're not able to really focus on your goals of trying to be, the better person to seek love.
That's what we have for you. Wow.
Interesting. All right, Marcia, thanks for coming.
Good luck with that. It just seems odd. He's probably, I don't know. I still think it has something to do with wifey. I do.
Yeah, because we had that one reading, we thought that the gears were shifted for him too. But knowing the personality as the way you've described him, it almost feels like he's still trying to figure out how to work his way around that or something.
And if not with either of you two, it was somebody else. Yeah.
Right, yes.
So that's what we have. Good luck with that, Marcia.
Good luck, Marcia.
I have better news, but I'll tell you what, those two queens shows you are really at your magnetic best right now for attracting a relationship.
That's what you should take from this mostly. Is you're right, you just got to wait for the timing in other situations to kind of sync up with you.
Yep. Touche.
All right, thank you.
To move on.
And
Sonali, divine
wants
message.
a divine message. Okay, so back to me. I'm going to use you're welcome, Marcia, the Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
Oh yeah, that'll be messy if he comes in when you're both working. Wonderful. Yikes. The Sun Man is chilling.
Explore the dark issues of your life with me on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Goth Tarot. Where are you taking notes?
Away. For room to go.
I see.
I've been doing that right along. Perhaps you haven't noticed.
Okay. So we have strength, upright. We have the Chariot upright. These are nice cards, Sonali.
Hey, was it Sonali that had that on our show on Happy Hour? The Chariot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you have the Five of Wands upright. So I think you're going to be really busy in an activity that maybe will allow you to really show your strength of character and also for you to bring people together and provide a way of just really moving forward. Spirit is saying you have the ability to lead and to move forward, and maybe you're uniting, not only your strength, but other people's competitive strengths and skills as well.
Yeah, Sonali, you've had that Chariot, and when cards keep coming up for you like this, it's something we need to take note of. So I would say this is a period of movement, or the energy moving things forward for you right now. And it's time to take the reins. It's time to take control of your life, your direction, your plans, your goals, and back it up with right action, with integrity and with strength of character, because, you might encounter a situation along the way here where there may be a clash of ideas, and hopefully out of this will come some constructive new beginning. And if you take charge of the situation and you can control the conversation or the direction that things are moving in, I feel like you could build something really positive for yourself ultimately out of this.
You know what I like about this card is that it shows the 5 figures, each with a wand. 3 of them look like they're sort of more or less involved, the 3 in the foreground, in something that's mutually, their thing. The 2 in the back could possibly be contesting each other. It's not really clear, but so it does present the idea that maybe competition has a little bit more urgency at times, or a little bit more weight towards one side of the equation, or sometimes it's really about everybody working together.
Well, and let me get a little bit more general with that card too, Sonali, and say that, this could indicate an inner conflict maybe going on. There's parts of you that want to go in different directions and feel that you should be applying your strength, your energy, in different ways. And it's hard for you to resolve what it is you truly want. It's time for you to take control, take the reins, and start moving on one of these projects. The one that most calls to you, the one maybe that's even the easiest for you to achieve right now, so you can build up to the other goals you have before you.
Mr. O dropped a tile.
Mr. O.
So I guess I should keep it, eh?
Yes, it's your tile. I did not see it.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
That's one we've had before. The writer.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
And that is coming up a lot today. And how much do I just mix these things up? So these
not
things
enough.
And this one just came up.
Doggy.
Uh-oh.
He likes unicorn. Move the back end away, though. We don't want to be seen.
Yeah, oh no. Well, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry for the butt view. So, I don't know. Are you working with... This might be... Well, it's interesting you've got the Rider and the Chariot in this reading, which again is this idea of movement. Are you going to make a move with a friend or a partner or somebody that you trust? Is it shifting loyalties of some sort? I'm just not sure. What do you make of this?
Well, the idea of the movement, maybe Spirit is saying really that it is about your personal movement, of course, more likely than not. And the idea that maybe there's a loyalty from others that will support these moves, or, this dog could pertain to this too, saying that these energies are supported by people you will actually work with. That if this is some project Spirit wants you to work on or something of that sort, you're supported by really, fundamentally good people and things.
And I think here that also it might be saying remain steadfast in true to yourself and move yourself forward now. There's clearly an impetus here for movement, Sonali. You've had this in a few readings now, I think. So
Spirit says
move
keep doing
forward.
it. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's what we have for you. Thank you, Sonali.
Yeah, unless I'm crazy, but I could have sworn, wasn't Sonali here on...
Was it yesterday, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
It wasn't Ramen Deep, was it?
No, I don't think it was Ramen.
I think it was Sonali. So anyway,
all right,
move
so
forward.
we are looking for Kanha.
Kanha, you are up, and then Juliet, Divine You, and Violet Lotus.
And Juliet may have left their question, which is fine.
Well, let's give Kanha a couple minutes, and if they do not show up, we'll move on.
All right, so once again, just reminding everybody that it was...
Yeah, I do too, Violet. So it's cool. It's interesting. I'm always, especially if I can remember, all the readings we do, that people have just had a card. And so it's definitely symbolic of, hey, get a move on.
Thanks, Violet. I figured you probably did. So just remind everybody, we'll be back on Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m. And I'm wondering if Kanha is here. Kanha, please go ahead and tell us you're here or not. Meanwhile, I will mention the emotional exchanges, which will come on Fridays at 7 a.m. And I pull 2 cards for each sign of the zodiac. The first one to tell you your good vibration for the week, and the second one to tell you what the bad trip you can hopefully avoid. That's the Emotional Exchanges at 7 a.m.
And don't forget my Material Matters show at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. I'll be live in the chat while the video is playing and chatting with the audience if you want to come join us.
I'll be there too, and I'll be drinking coffee.
And he'll be serving me coffee too.
I will.
Okay, we're going to move beyond Kanha and move on to Juliet's question.
All right, so Juliet, hi there.
All right, did Juliet write a question? I think so, but I just don't...
Violet might have it.
Yeah.
I'm going to scan, though, just to see if I can find it. Okay, what are BAA's intentions towards you?
Okay.
All right. So that's your deck, then?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Okay,
All
we
right.
got it. It's 411. Second time I'm seeing ones today. I saw 111 earlier. Little son. Well, we have the King of Cups reversed. You have the Seven of Swords upright. We have Justice reversed.
Well, we don't know if this is necessarily romantic or not. So from a business point of view, or maybe something that's more less romantic, let's just say it that way, this could look like maybe there's somebody who is possibly thinking of things that they want to try to take from you or to get from you in certain ways. There possibility that this could all be, somewhat sketchy, unfair at the easiest, maybe something even pertaining to questionably legal. The King of Cups may represent a person, I don't know if this would apply to how their intentions are, but maybe it might represent a person who maybe is not necessarily a kind person. They're not necessarily a cruel person, but they may not necessarily have the milk of human kindness running readily through them.
Well, I'm going to cut to the chase, but you could take this...
Okay, and you've said it's romantic, okay.
Well, okay, good. Then I will stick with romantic, but in any regard, this could be in any situation, the way I look at this. The King of Cups reverse, to me, is indicating somebody who's having a little bit of a hard time truly opening their heart at this time for whatever reasons. They may come off as cold sometimes, or they may put on a false exterior to hide their true feelings. And I kind of feel that way with the Seven of Swords here, that there may be a little bit of sneakiness or duplicity going on here. Maybe they just don't want to reveal their true feelings at this time. I think might be a possibility, Julia.
Sure.
And, and also I feel as though, yeah, I can almost agree with Mr. O in some way here that their intentions are more self-serving than mutual. if you can follow what I'm saying there. So in other words, does a person just want to get something out of you? You know, whatever it is, they are, you know, do they want to achieve satisfaction without reciprocating, for example? So I feel a kind of a one-sidedness here. So the intentions are a little bit off, but it might be true too that they're just not showing their true side right now.
Okay, I'm just giggling a little bit because it might be a typo, but you're saying he's hot and cod.
Cold, I get it, yeah.
I see, okay, yeah.
I get it, and yeah.
Okay. Well, I was actually thinking it could have been something else too, but
I can almost see that here. And so is it just that because he doesn't want to get very serious right away? And so the idea is it may seem unfair, you know, to you as well. But this is what you asked about his intentions. So I'm kind of looking at it that way. That
it could be the idea too that maybe they don't totally know that. I mean, to some degree, the King reversed in Justice could talk about maybe possible confusion going on, but not as likely. I admit it.
I'm really sensing sort of a self-serving attitude here, more than anything. And so if they feel that there is something for them in this relationship, they're in. But it doesn't seem balanced right now. And, you know, remember, the tarot's only a snapshot in time, so these types of things could change. Hey, but forewarned is forearmed. You might not be seeing everything you need to know about this person right now.
Right. I mean, in some questions, this clearly applies to somebody who has some very covert kind of ideas that maybe embroider upon the idea that no one should know this because it's not exactly right. It doesn't really mean it's something downright evil or dastardly, but it could be saying this is a person who doesn't necessarily want what they're doing to be known because maybe they want to operate from a certain point of cleverness that they feel.
Let's take a look at the Lenormand and see what that will add to this.
Cod equals cold fish. Love it. All right. Thanks, Violet. Well, you know, I'm used to an insult now where people, usually men, are called a cod piece. And, of course, historically, if you know what a cod piece is, it's not very nice. Ooh.
This is very interesting.
The letter and the crossroads.
Right, so we have the crossroads and the letter here. So I have a feeling you're going to find out something pretty soon. Some news, some information, maybe get some signals even. You know, the letter to me is news, but how you get that news, could it be from body language? Could it be from something they say? Could it be from something they write to you? It's some type of communication, whether verbal or not. Well, whether written, verbal, or nonverbal. Often it's written. And it's going to make you ponder, you know, what direction you need to go in. I think, personally, in time, you're going to figure out where things are headed. I think that's what this means, is you're going to find out.
Right, and so none of this means that it's BAA's good or wrong for you, or their intentions at this point in time are good or wrong for you, but it will say you'll understand what's really going on. So it may be that sometimes the clever ploys are really because a person doesn't necessarily have the confidence to do something in the light. So sometimes this could speak to the person who just sort of is not secure enough to really be upfront with their intentions.
For whatever reasons.
For whatever reasons.
Hey, that's what we have for you. Wow, thanks for hanging on for us. I
appreciate
hope
that.
That makes some sense and gives you something to think about. And good luck with that situation. And by all means, feel free to come check back in and see what the cards have to say, or you know, as time goes on.
Thanks, Juliet. Ah, so you already, yeah. Very interesting.
Divine you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Julia.
I hope you like that.
Divine you are up. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well.
All right. Like the question.
Universe, what is the universe showing you this week? All right, let's see.
I'm going to go back to the Secret Tarot. It's 4:20, everyone.
And then we're on Violet Lotus and we're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
Bye, Juliet. And you have a good day, too.
Take care. Hope to see you again. You know, it's really funny, Carol, when you came in the room and I was talking about Sunny didn't wait for you. I wrote down Sunny instead of your name in the list. And then I put Kara next to it.
You guys are soulmates or twin flames or something, right?
Yeah, I know. I just looked at that again. I had to laugh. Oh my gosh, I'm so crazy.
I know what's going to happen. In your next lives, you're going to come back as each other.
Hey, I always wanted to be a cat.
Me too.
All right. Well, you know, I always loved dogs all my life. It's just too much to maintain a dog for me, but I have a great relationship with people's dogs. I love dogs.
Right. When we go to visit my mom, when we used to, they always had dogs, and we really are dog whisperer types. We really can bond with dogs ourselves. Okay, Divine, you have the Six of Pentacles here. And then we have the reversed Eight of Wands.
Okay.
And then we have the World. So that's very nice for your last card.
It is very nice, but this is an interesting combination here. Well, because that Eight of Wands stands out to me reversed. It's kind of like the way maybe you've been feeling a little bit. A little spent energy-wise, maybe not, you know, maybe feeling a little bit scattered, not sure where to apply your energy next, just feeling kind of burnt out. And on the one hand here, this is a card of giving and receiving. But I'm wondering here if maybe sometimes you feel, you know, you have to give so much in some areas of your life to achieve the kind of life you want, the success you want. And maybe sometimes you wonder if it's worth it, if it is worth the tiredness sometimes that you feel.
Right. The Six of Coins often talks to me more about the idea of a person who's successful and maybe feels a certain amount of obligation to be there for other people, not necessarily like you're helping people out all the time financially, but at least in terms of example set or any sort of mentoring. But it all comes at a price to you because you maybe realize that it isn't exactly all you want. You like that. You like being successful. You like being a person who has a value to other people. I think that's what that ultimately represents, is your feeling, or the universe's feeling, that you do have value to other people. But some of this really does wear on you. Ultimately, I suppose...
Well, ultimately, you are successful. I think that's what it says, is you have achieved a really good level of success here, but it does take its toll, and you need to maybe, you know, we've been looking for ideas of what you need to do. There's just got to be ways to either manage your stress or manage the burnout or the tiredness, the toll that it takes on you. You maybe need to find a little bit more of a balance in your life in that regard.
Well, another way of me looking at this is that this is the central point, that the universe says, you know, a lot of things right now are causing this, you know, we talked about before, inertia, stagnation. Mm-hmm. And one of them is the fact of where you are for other people. But the other one maybe is this, is where you are for yourself. In your own mind, you want nothing less than the perfection that the world has for yourself. So a lot of this has really been hard for you to really see how effective you can be when you realize there's just not enough time, not enough values that you can do to help everything you want to do. And so you have to really decide what is the level or the limit of the perfection and the giving, and to whom.
Let's do Lenormand. Oh, it's yours. I'm sorry.
And Sir B, we're not sure we can get to you because we are actually closed. Now we're almost a half hour overtime, so we're sorry about that. Try to come back on Thursday if you can.
Or next Sunday.
Next Sunday, but those are our hours.
The earlier you can get here, the more likely you'll be able to get a reading. We fill up fast on Sundays.
Yeah, we've been at it for 2.5 hours about. Okay, I have pulled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was playing here. I must be channeling my cat too, Kara.
The letter.
Meow, Kara.
And the fox. We're getting both of these a lot.
And what? Well, not together, but that letter
together.
has come up quite a bit. So I don't know what this means. This definitely has something to do with work here, Divine. At least the way I see it.
I think what it's saying really is that sometimes you're just better off. Maybe the universe is saying that this is really the best time for you just to focus on your career and the most mundane matters, and try to be open-minded about the emotional issues you feel for yourself or for others, but those may have to sort out in their own way, maybe just in your daily interactions about how you give and take from that. But maybe Spirit really wants you to just go full speed ahead on the perfection you find in what makes you feel perfect, which is your career. You're driven, you want to succeed, you want to expand. Maybe if you put that more in your mind, the idea of it all de-energizing you will actually reverse, because you'll find there's an energy there maybe.
Well, I'm going to go slightly differently on this, and I feel here that there may be something coming at work, some news, possibly that could involve, either some extra responsibilities or maybe something new for you in some way here. And it could tie into the success here also. But I feel here that whatever this is related to work, you have to decide if you have the energy, the motivation, and the drive to take on anything new at this time.
I'm not remembering exactly if, I know you've had some of these cards over time. I don't remember if this is what you had very recently. But if it is, and I trust you, then it may be saying that these conditions really are there and they're a little bit more important, and hopefully, you'll take that more into mind. And Lisa, we're sorry, but we're not going to be able to get to you today.
You've been here before, I think, right?
I know.
It's good to see you again, but we're so sorry. We're really we're past the end of our day.
Right.
So we have to say no today, but it's good to see you again.
Hopefully you can come back some other time.
All right. So, Divine, I think that.
Well, it seems to me like the universe says that this is the area where you can best achieve at, because everything is okay there. And so that maybe this is really where you should keep your focus, because right now you're probably not able to really be more helpful than you would like to be.
I feel your work is okay, Divine you, but you maybe are not.
Thank you, Lisa.
That's the way that I'm going to put it, is your work is okay. I think everything is okay there. And as a matter of fact, maybe some new things will come your way, but are you really, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally prepared for anything new? And also to that, are you really managing the challenges that the success that you have brought to yourself? Are you really are you really managing it well, or is it starting to burn you out? And if so, I really feel that the answer is within you. If you really love what you do, and then make sure that you take care of the self in other ways so you have more balance and more energy and drive, whether it's adding things to your diet that will provide you with more energy, whether it's exercising more so you physically are more, sound. Right, thank you. Then, it should be okay. I think your work is okay, to answer that question. So this is positive. Most of the cards here are positive, but I worry about this because I think that's you. So
yeah, and I'm sorry, because I feel like we're never quite getting exactly where we would like to with, these cards for you.
I don't know. I think this one hits a little closer to home to me for you in that, this is just maybe some of what you're going through and you're experiencing is a case of burnout in a way. And it's not because you don't enjoy what you do, but it does take a toll on us sometimes. Maintaining a certain level of busyness, of success, of appearances, whatever the case may be. So hang in there. Just hang in there. It's possible things can shift and change over time. But do something else to make you feel better, as you manage, the stress of everyday work life. Okay. Violet Lotus, you are up. And we'll call it a day. Hooray! It's been great today. The readings really kind of flowed today, I feel, for the most part.
Yeah, I felt we did some good stuff. Don't forget to see us this Saturday on Happy Hour.
Yes, come to Happy Hour, everybody. Oracle and Tarot combo. Okay. We will grab one of the rose ones. And why don't you do your tarot deck?
Okay, I'll pick the Nefertari, the golden one. In a way, this is kind of like a true test for us, right? Do we change the shuffling, or do we just do our own?
We will.
Okay. I don't remember.
Thanks for asking. I think we might have done it that way once before for someone. Take care, Divine. Hope to see you soon, too.
Bye, Divine.
Yes, and do take care of yourself. This is a modern garden rose, and it's General Washington rose, the sage. Wow.
And I pulled the reversed Three of Coins.
Ah. Well, let's take a look at what the sage has to say, and then we'll see how the Three of Coins reversed fits into this. The Oracle meaning says to listen well as you are being given the help and knowledge you require. It's just not in the form you are seeking. Also, open yourself to your inner sage, as here also lays the way best attuned to your most authentic path forward. You may find great benefit in taking time out for yourself, retreating from a situation, or even going on a holiday or short trip. The sage retreats to a place where they can absorb the learnings made on journeys undertaken. They are ready for the seekers who will open their hearts and minds to the possibilities that come from a willingness to live the truth. Now here's the ethnobotanical archetype exploration. I just like saying that. Sounds deep. Who or what can you turn to for advice, and why do you honor their wisdom? That's an interesting one. Well, it says that you are being given help and knowledge right now, but you may not really see it because it's not coming to you in a way or in a form that you might have expected.
Well, I wonder if that's where the reverse Three of Coins comes in, because sometimes it talks about how people or forces, energies that are partnered with you, whether they're working to your best interest or all of your interests, because maybe it's a team, or whether you're not actually doing that. And so it may be saying that not everybody in your spiritual team is totally integrated with this. Maybe it's possible different people think you should value something a little bit more, or another, talent or skill should be developed more than that. So it may be saying that some of this is still in process, and that maybe it's sort of being internalized by either those different aspects of yourself, or how they also work with Demi or some of the other situations that you can access.
Well, I was going to say, I like what he said here, because that is very true, the team element to the Three of Pentacles. But I was also going to say here that because you may not be getting these messages in the form that you expected, you will probably have to take longer to decipher what the heck is going on here, or what is being said here. And I would say that maybe this person on your team is now willing to help you with that. They want you to find it out for yourself.
I was going to say, not because of maliciousness, but because it's something you need to do for yourself. It's a learning experience. And so that would be another way of looking at that too, that really, because your team is not necessarily physical folks, I don't feel that about you. Your team is really the spirits that you work with. They want you to find this for yourself, because they know you can. I'm
going to toss you the bottom look on this one, the Liberator, which is another old garden rose. It's called the Liberator, and it's number 27, which is a 9 card. 9 number, I should say.
Do I get to pull the bottom card too?
Well, if you want.
I do. I pulled the Knight of Wands.
All right, well, let's get there. Wow, which is an interesting card, I'd say, with something called the Liberator. Let's see what this says. Sometimes you need to act and even make decisions completely alone. Oh my God. And though this takes courage, it does ensure that what you are creating for the future...
That almost coincides
totally. I know. Completely in line with your values. There is a new hope, breakthrough, or opportunity coming, but along the way, there's also a chance of a false hope, so be astute in your choosing. The Liberator has a strong, optimistic nature that ensures they can carry the torch of justice and freedom forth for others to be rallied by. They do not give up and will always find a way to make inroads to the outcomes that are true, just, and needed. And the ethnobotanical archetype exploration is, what does freedom mean to you? But oh my gosh, let's just tackle this, and you can eagerly go on to that. Clearly here, they want you to figure it out for yourself. This is something you're going to have to work on your own, and decipher and discern. And the Knight of Wands, Mr. O?
Well, once again, I guess it's just really another way of saying on your own. The Knights are really mostly solitary energies, or people, whatever they represent. This one is saying really that you're going to attract, your magnetism, your charisma, especially in the spirit realms, will attract these answers to yourself by just basically going out there to find them. That once you decide you're ready to go there, to make that movement, it's really just nearly a foregone conclusion.
They better give you a hint at least. Well, I don't know. I think you just got one that this is something that you're going to have to decipher and move forward with on your own. And you know what? If it remains a mystery to be solved, you can't get there. All it means is that, you are free to make that choice. You are free to liberate yourself from this if the answer is not going to come through. And I almost think that also is the message of the Knight of Wands here, in that, you can move this forward any way you feel is in your best interests.
And I think really it is you pulling this to yourself once you go there, that it just sort of magnifies back towards you.
That was pretty cool.
That was really
I gotta
cool.
tell you, I love this deck too. This is a great Oracle deck I bought for me. All right.
And how many others did you buy recently?
They're unfolding slowly, and I hope nobody's keeping count as I reveal these online. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for just a great day of readings today. This has been fun, enjoyable, and I hope you all have gotten a lot out of them. Do come back and visit again some of the people we haven't seen much. It's great to see you all again. Take care. Mr. O, you have any final comments?
No, we'll have more information about the crochet kitties.
That's right. So stay tuned for our giveaways coming up.
Don't forget to watch our shows during the week, and we will see you again on Thursday night.
Take care, everybody, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.